So yeah, I'm going to be talking to you all about changes, in particular how things have been changing and how our schools have been structuring assessments and some of our curriculum. A lot of things have been happening in the past few years with assessments, and in particular with the past 9 months or so since November. I know in November my kids kind of had a bit of a heart attack when things happened on November 9th at my school, very liberal school that I'm at. And so they were a little bit anxious. We have a lot of things going on that don't quite make sense with regards to math and reality and politics. And I'm going to focus on math for a little while because that's what we're here for. And so a lot of things have been changing in mathematics about what is math. Math is pretty constant, but the way we've been seeing and talking about math has changed a lot in the past 10 years or so. Assessments have changed, and the topics of way we've been teaching geometry in particular have changed a lot. Calculus is a study of change. And so we've been talking about in calculus how things move with rates and slopes. With calculus, we talk about how you change your frame of view with things like over there with the Jacobian. And in particular, what I'm going to focus on is how the assessments have forced us to change, not just calculus, but in particular about geometry. There's this whole idea of cause and effect, and how the things that have been happening through the pipeline from DC and whatnot has really changed how we're changing our curriculum and our assessments. I think the biggest threat to math right now is not so much what happened in November, though you're going to see something ironic and funny in just a moment. Come on, there we go. That is a big threat to public schools right now, is that crazy lady. But the biggest threat, in my opinion, is how assessments have changed, and how not just what happened to baby Jane, poor baby Jane, but really whatever happened to, come on, here we go. What happened to geometry. I feel like geometry's changed a lot. Geometry is all about proof and reasoning and logic, and when I Google images geometry, all I see are things about shapes, area, volume, angle measurement. I see humdrum proofs, I see two-column proofs. I don't see engaging, interesting, rich activities about geometry. The main reason why geometry has changed so much is because our assessments for geometry force us to assess basic skills. We see in geometry assessments basic ideas of what is an area, what is a volume, what are some angle measurements. The assessments can't properly assess thinking, logic, proof, and reasoning. Most of the assessments we see in our curriculum are boring, humdrum assignments like that, or worse yet, the thing that's going to pop up in just a moment, where you see some boring old two-column proofs where everybody's expected to fit proofs in nice little boxes and buckets. These are some wonderful 21 states, all of whom now use the SAT and the ACT as their high school final exam, their high school assessment. And I feel that's a bad disservice. Even though I helped write the SAT, it's not designed to measure proficiency for all students to get out of high school. It's designed to get ready, to show kids who are ready for college. You can see right there, there's about 6 questions on additional topics in mathematics for the new SAT. Of those 6, maybe 3 or 4 of them are geometry. And so therefore, many of those 21 states are teaching less geometry. They teach it differently, and they teach less geometry. The ACT is also very similarly structured. Very few questions cover geometry topics on the ACT, yet that is a test that many states, 21 states, use to assess students. This is an example of an SAT question about trying to assess students' reasoning abilities about geometry. There's an ACT question. Basic ideas about angle relationships. When I look at the Smarter Balance, which is what California uses, as I look at that blueprint for the 11th grade test, all of those are about algebra and functions. None of them are about geometry. When I look at some of the assessment items on the Smarter Balance test, Smarter Balance, because of the nature of it, it can go a little bit deeper than how you see the standardized tests of multiple choice in the SAT and the ACT. But still, the assessments are very much focused on computations or proving claims through writing in blurbs. When I look at the performance task assessment guides and blueprints for the Smarter Balance test, it's all across the board. A big chunk on data and analysis statistics. Geometry is not explicitly called out. I had to hunt a little bit hard to look and find some geometry performance tasks in the Smarter Balance test. And here's one, still focused on area and volume. There's some element of reasoning and argumentation, but still, the problem is, it's all about computational work. And that's what students feel geometry is. It is finding an area and finding a volume. So I think what I need you all to do, since many of you are supervisor leaders, is you can help change how geometry is taught and assessed. You need to be the ones to change how you're assessing geometry. You need to change and go up the flagpole and advocate for better experiences and better testing for our high schools. So thank you all. Good luck.